welcome to episode 2 of Pillow Talk with Sue. Today I'm here with my guy, Cam Horton. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know who Cam Horton is.
Like I said, I'm a Christian rapper out of Grenada, Mississippi. I run Valor Records. We have 4 artists now? Yeah, we have 4 artists. And like I said, we just committed to making good music, having a good time.
Having a good time. Remember, y'all, he a Christian rapper. None of that hip-hop, raggedy, boop the bop, none of that stuff. So, okay, Cam Horton, he ain't new to the game here, y'all. He has 1, 2, and now 3 albums out. And the 3rd album name is Villain, right?
Right.
Go on here and tell us a little bit about that.
Now, villain comes from the quote, you're always the bad guy in somebody's story. And of course, I talk about spiritual stuff in the album, but it's really just a natural message, just saying that, no matter what you do, you'll be the bad guy to somebody. And if you're trying to spend your life trying to please somebody, you'll never be able to do it. So,
like they say, there's always 2 sides to every story. So
3
sides, 2 sides and the truth.
Right. So I mean, so most of the album is just me kind of realizing that I'm gonna be the bad guy no matter what. And that's how it starts. And then by the end of it, like the last track is called Me. Basically just recognizing that I am who I am, and I'm not gonna let nobody change that.
And I will say, y'all, the intro to the album, like, I love it. Like, I'm not a Christian rap type person, because, like, I used to have, like, a little... When I heard cussing in the Christian rap, I kind of, like...
Yeah.
Like, bounced away from that, and I'm like, y'all, I'm already probably have 1 foot into hell. I ain't want to go all the way down in there, so I was like... But, Cam, he's like, that, your intro was really, like, not even just playing, like, your intro was tight. Like, the production, like, who's the... Like, are you the main production on your album?
Well, most of the time I am now. This specific album, I only did the first 3 or 4 songs. The rest of them, I tried to work with different people that I met. Global Knox out of Oxford, he did a couple songs, and then I think the rest I just got I bought off YouTube.
Okay, cause like your production was real good too. Like it had like that little, like it's crazy good. I think like at one point when I listened to the CD, I was like, this sound like Future almost like.
Well, see, I like
Rich Homie Quan,
yeah.
like that, like one of them type artists. I was like, okay, so like that type of Christian rap, I probably listen to. I'm like,
right.
If I was to put this in my car and play, cause I was listening to it on my headphones, like just sitting down in like the library.
Right.
And it's like if I was to put this in my car, like I know I'll hear like some knock in my trunk.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, the way y'all rapping, cause like your RS1C double, like he's on one of those songs too, right? Mm-hmm. And like he had a verse out like really. I'm like, okay, I'm like, it caught my attention.
Yeah.
Like,
see with him, he did his verse before mine, so I kind of had to keep up with him because I sent him the song like when I did the hooks and stuff. And he sent it back like 30 minutes later. And it took me like 3-4 days to do my version.
Okay,
so,
okay, shout out to C-Double.
But that's one of the reasons I like working with him. And I like working with the specific people that I have because it's easy for you to just say you're a Christian rapper, but you still got to keep up with the times as far as sound goes. I mean, I can rap about God all day, but if it don't sound good, I'm not even gonna get church folks to listen, let alone people that don't even.
Yeah, they wouldn't take it serious. Like,
exactly.
cause like your music is more towards the young crowd, so
exactly
they wouldn't listen to it, so to speak.
Right.
But speaking of C-Double, like, does he have the project coming out?
Well, yeah, he actually just released it before mine. It's called Kill Shot, and like I said, he's got what he did on my album is only a fraction of what he's capable of.
I can't remember that. Like, I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact name of that song. But I was like, when I heard that, it was like, I know he was the only feature on that song. I was like, wait a minute, like that was tight what he said.
Right, yeah, like I said, the boy got bars. I mean, I've known him for maybe 4 or 5 years, and I mean, we all love hip hop. I mean, whether you grew up in church or not, if you like something, you're gonna like it.
Right.
So, I mean, instead of just being fake and trying to rap about something we don't know about, we rap about something we do know about. And I feel like that's the key to lasting longer. Because TT, for example, which I know he goes by Maserati B or whatever now. But see, I know him since daycare, so I call him TT. I mean, I always have. But
TT.
Yeah. But see, like I said, I know that he'll be able to do what he do because he rap about what he knows. I mean, he rap about getting money, getting chains and stuff.
Like, TT really does. I said that on Facebook one time, like. Even if you ain't a big fan of TT's music, it's different, kind of like.
Right.
Like it's kind of crazy. Like it's kind of the same, but it's different. Like he really like creating his own swag, so to speak. So shout out to TT, because he is doing like his own little thing.
And see, that's the thing. It's like, if I was to try to make music like he was making, or he tried to make music like I was
making, it wouldn't feel authentic.
Yeah, I was say it may not be bad, because I know that he can make some music. It ain't gonna be bad, but it wouldn't be at the level it is now. Because I mean, he rap about what he know, and we rap about what we know.
Cause speaking of that, I want to get back to this point too. Cause like all y'all Christian rappers, like, what's it like? But you say you've been knowing. I know you say you've been knowing CW for like 4 or 5 years. But is it hard to find like other Christian rappers around here, or?
Actually, it's not. The hard part is finding people that are serious about it. And the reason I say that is because
that sounds about right.
A lot of people see us doing it at their church, and now all of a sudden they want to do it. But like I said, they're not as serious about just music in general as we are, so they'll just put out anything and let it sound like whatever, and then it makes the rest of us look bad. So, I mean, and I get, like my inbox, I get people just send me random songs I don't even know.
Do you get more people from like around the area, or like more people from like other areas that have heard you and like, now I want to work with him, or is it like kind of all the same?
Yeah. Honestly, it's more people just out of state and stuff like that, because when I first started, there was no Christian rap here at all. Because like I said, I've been doing this since 2012 now.
Yeah. I can tell you, like, the only Christian rap artist I knew besides looking on your page was Lecrae.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only one.
Exactly, but Memphis has a huge hip hop scene. So the guy on On God, True Music Second Verse, he introduced me to everybody in Memphis, and that's kind of how I got my start. Because, like I said, at the time when I started, there was nobody literally around here at all that did it, or if it was someone did do it, they didn't do it seriously. So he introduced me to these big guys in Memphis and stuff like that. And from there, that's really how I was able to take off the way I did. And now, like I said, I started Battle Records. That way, people that are serious about music, they won't have to go all the way to Memphis all the time like I do.
Right.
But it's not hard to find people, but it is hard to find authentic artists. But I mean,
that's like in every category. It's hard to find people who want to put, like, people want the results without putting the work in.
Exactly.
That's everything. That's not surprising.
Yeah, and I was talking to them the other day, because we have a group chat. You can tell the ones that aren't going to last long because they do it right after seeing like a big concert, like if Lecrae comes to Memphis. You're going to get an influx of Christian rappers. Then they'll put a couple albums out, then they'll start complaining and nobody's supporting them. Then after a while, they either switch to secular music or just stop doing it altogether. So I see that cycle all the time. I can see
that's another good point, cause like a lot of people don't realize, like, I know we live in an era where we need likes, we need views, like we need to go viral, like that's not how this success stuff works at all. Like, even if you get only 2 likes and 10 views, you gotta keep pushing your work. You can't just stop at that point.
Exactly.
Like, you either serious about it or you're not serious. Like, imagine like Master P when he was selling his CDs out here Trump. How many people probably bought a CD from him at that point? Like, you just can't stop, and like a lot of people don't realize that, but you know, that's another topic for another day. And we can go deep in there.
Right.
But about your record label though, Mr. CEO. So how do you come up with the name Valor? Am I even saying that right?
You are. I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember where I heard it. I can't remember exactly where I heard it, but I didn't understand what it was when I heard it. So I was trying to say,
like, does it have a meaning to it?
Well, it does. It's actually a Swedish word.
Okay.
But I looked it up and it meant chosen.
Okay,
so
I heard that Swedish.
I heard it one day and like I said, the name was catchy, but I just had no idea what it meant. And like I said, I looked it up and it just meant chosen or to be selected for something. So the whole thing behind the record label is that of course it's a Christian label, but you know we're chosen to to do different things, or we're chosen to be leaders. So outside of making music, the people on the label, we're pushing each other just to become better people in general and better leaders that'll take the first step when that step needs to be taken.
Right. Okay, but you said outside of people working on the label, I know you have 2 artists on, but you said 4, but I know C Double and D Money. Yeah. No, not D Money.
D Mercy. Yeah.
D Mercy.
Well, see, the reason I say this is because I actually have staff that like do the marketing and stuff.
Yeah, I just seen like you had like promote a guy, found a guy to do your marketing, head marketing.
But he's an artist too, so a lot of times when I'm talking about the label, I include him as well.
Right.
Which he's not officially signed, but we promote him just like we promote everybody else.
Right.
But yeah, it's just
So he already got songs together, or he just mainly on marketing right now?
Well, no, he has songs together. Like I said, he's been working on it. He's been working on music about as long as I have. I mean, but he's way off in Boston, so his market is more there. But of course, when he puts stuff out, you know, we share it and stuff like that too. But yeah, he's I mean, he does a lot of work. He has his own little. It's not a label, it's like a music group, but I mean, he's working with people all over the country. He even has a couple artists from Africa. He's doing work, but you know, through all that, he's still doing all our promotional videos and a lot of our social media posts and stuff like that.
Okay. So like another thing too about your record label, because I was like reading not the rules, I guess, but like what you was expecting from like anybody who wanted to submit their work to you. And like one thing stood out to me, like the part when you said they're so like they must live the lifestyle that y'all rap about. Like like they social media presence got to be like clean.
Right.
Like they can't be arguing back and forth with people. Like I thought they was like so nigga, and I'm like, you can tell you serious about this. Like it's not just a game to you. Like
well, see, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about TT. I mean, it's just I know that if you actually live in this life, you'll be able to last longer. But also that, I mean, like I said, it's just us here. I mean, Valley is like the first. Like it's the only Christian label that's like actually legally licensed in Mississippi. Like period. There's none others nowhere. So I wanted to set the bar high for people that want to do it in the future. And then also, you know, just being a black-owned business. I mean, you know, there's a lot of stigmas attached to being black and owned in the business, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to waste time that I could be using on the business trying to defend, you know, people on the label that's out here doing stuff that they shouldn't and all this type of stuff, which is not like a heartless thing. I mean, if you make one mistake, you're not just kicked off or nothing like that.
Right.
But you got to be striving to live the stuff that you're talking about. I mean,
no, because like social media presence, especially like depending on what you trying to do, like it's very. I mean, because like you get fired from your job from your social media page.
Exactly.
So,
it's serious now.
I mean, this is still a job where like. Even if the big buzz not coming, it's like it's still your job. Like you gotta, you know how the outside people.
Right. I mean, like I said, we're
like that's what I was saying. Like when I first started, it's like I said the only rapper I heard was Lecrae, but then at the same time when I heard other rappers that were cussing in their songs, I'm sitting like, wait a minute, y'all not gonna play with me, like.
Because I mean, it's just especially in Christian music in general, a lot of people are trying to cut corners now because they're trying to get. Well, see, the thing about Lecrae is that he's successfully, you know, being a Christian rapper and a mainstream rapper, kind of like his music can bridge both. And a lot of them aren't leaders; they're just following what's hot. So they see him doing it, now they're trying to do it. So, but they're going too far. Like I said, there are some that are letting cuss words fly and stuff like that, and doing a whole lot of different things. So I just said, with my label, I don't want to even go through all that. If you want to be with us, you gotta.
You don't want to give people the wrong perspective, so to speak. Exactly. So. Especially like you just said, you are young, just starting the first and only Christian label in Mississippi.
Right.
And you in Mississippi of all places.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
That just makes it like worse. Like,
exactly.
So you most definitely don't want to mess up that good thing. So.
And see, and another thing is that you do have to have thick skin because, like I said, this is Mississippi. A lot of churches and stuff like that, they don't fool with us at all, honestly. Like I said, I actually get more pushback from them than I do from people that don't believe in God. I got people that are atheists or believe in Buddhism, stuff like that, that'll listen to my music.
Let me tell you something. I just told my teacher this, like, before I got out of school. I was like, you had two different types of atheists in the world. You had the one type that just like, okay, I don't believe in God, you believe in God. Yeah. Okay, you want to go to Chili's? You want to go get something to eat? Then you got the second atheist that just... Well, if you believe in God, quote this verse or what this like.
Yeah, they just want
like,
the attention.
I don't need to. Sir, this is
exactly.
Like you believe. That's another thing I always say too. Like believing in God has never hurt nobody, never done nothing wrong. It's like people trying to force their beliefs onto somebody else. Like if you don't believe in God, that's your business. I'm not gonna just force it onto you. But at the same time, I don't want you forcing like, oh, you shouldn't. Well. What they say, like...
Well, that I'm about to say. I mean, I believe that...
Okay, who is, like, your biggest influencer as far as, like, from the time you got started to, like, right now?
Well, starting off, of course, it was Lecrae, because at the time, he was at his peak. But now, I get influence from a lot of different people, mostly local people, actually.
So, like, who's the local people?
Well,
If
when I say
you
local
name a
people,
few.
when I say local people, I mean mostly the ones that I work with.
Oh,
That I've met
okay.
before. True Music, Jay Finley, C Double, of course. Zay Hill, he's local, but he's actually famous, but he's local to me. So, but definitely those guys. Then of course I still listen to a lot of other genres of music outside of Christian music. I mean I listen to some secular rap. I listen to a lot of J. Cole. Then I listen to
I can see that.
yeah, like I like J. Cole, Kendrick, some of them type dudes.
So okay, let me ask you this. So who would be the wildest person who would be the person like we just shocked you listen to? Who, Gucci Mane, something? Who?
Well, see, the reason you said I grew up listening to Gucci Mane and Lil Wayne, so sometimes I still listen to it. Like when I was all through middle school, we be staying in my with my absolute favorite song. To this day, I still love that song.
Well, one of them, like Mississippi,
But,
like Boosie,
Gotti,
Wayne, and Gucci. Like, that was the go-to.
Now, I actually like Boosie after he got out of jail. The music he made since he got out, I mean, I love it. I got Black Heaven on my phone. I think Have Mercy and a couple other ones. But I don't. People like Tekashi and posts like them. I like their beats because I try to get beats similar to theirs, but I can't understand what they're saying. Two, if I can't understand it, a lot of times it's not anything I can relate to. So
it's not. Don't say it like this. I don't really listen to white rap.
Yeah.
Not to sound racist, but I just like you playing with it. No.
Yeah,
Absolutely
see,
not.
That's my thing. If you making it cringe-worthy, I'm not gonna listen. Like sometimes you can tell.
Like some of these, like I'm so happy like the female rap game is coming up, but I'm like some of y'all is just like, wait a minute, y'all are playing like this is not love and hip hop no more.
Yeah.
But okay, so who's like a new artist that you like then? So cause we all love Gucci, Wayne, and all them. Like who's a new artist that you listen to?
Think one of
Cardi B.
I like her cadences, like her styles and stuff, but I don't really like the stuff she says. I tell you the only person that I find myself listening to a lot, and I don't know why, is the few songs JB Black Boy got out, and
you know what? Actually, he got a couple good songs. Like besides like the two ones that came out, he got a couple. Like his beats kind of tight. Like he's got that.
See, that's my thing. Them beats are addictive, but I just don't know where he disappeared to. Like I don't know. Well, he's still around, but he just.
I mean, he does underground songs. Like I said, he still got a little cute little stuff around.
Him and the last few songs the Baby put out, I'm kind of fooling with him honestly.
Well, like the Baby is like somebody who grew on me.
Yeah.
See, like I never thought he couldn't rap or make good music. It's just it's something about him that grew up on me.
Exactly. I mean, to me, it's just like he having a whole lot of fun doing it.
Right.
And I think that's just kind of contagious because, especially the video that's going viral right now, I don't watch that
video
probably 200 times.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I love that video. Like, that video was like, it real deal. Like, he about jab walking. Like, come on.
Exactly. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I need to start paying more attention to him. But, I mean, those are really the only two. And partially it's because I just hadn't been out in the music scene a lot lately. Like, I actually have a list of people that I've been hearing about but still have to check out. Like, I hadn't heard any Rob Wave yet. Trying to think who else. Like, it's a couple of people that
you said that. Like, I did not know he was like 19 years old.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I seen somebody talking about it.
Like, I thought there was a joke at first, and somebody actually pulled it up, and I was like, that man looks every bit of.
Yeah, but I mean, like I definitely want to check him out. He's not necessarily new, but I definitely want to check out a little more 21 Savage. I've listened to his newer stuff, but like the original stuff, like Bank Account, I'm literally just listening to some of them. So I got to get caught up a little bit.
Look, I want to try to test the game, so I just want to see. I'm like, it gotta be something.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel like it's kind of, even if I don't listen to any of them, it's kind of my job to kind of stay up to date because music changes every year. Like 5 years in music sense is a lot bigger than 5 years in a regular sense.
Right.
So you got to be able to keep up with the times, and that's the only way you'll get longevity, like a Drake or a Snoop. Is because they're able. They don't necessarily have to change their style, but they can adapt it to whatever the sound is.
They don't necessarily have to, but that's like the main. Speaking of Drake, anyway, that's like the main reason out the whole Young Money camp. Yeah. Drake is like still number one.
Yeah.
Well, like no shade to nobody else on Young Money, but
Yeah. Well, see, and I didn't mention him earlier. I mean, Drake is probably my favorite person to listen to outside of Christian music.
But see, he's like another one. Like, if you don't like Drake, it's like, can I trust you? Like,
Well, see, I just didn't mention him earlier because he's not a hardcore rapper.
Right.
I mean, he does a little bit of everything.
And like I said, he's not shocking either. Like, who doesn't like Drake?
Yeah, I mean, he don't make a lot of bad. I can't think of any bad songs off the top of my head he made. Which he probably has made some, but I just can't
ain't gonna say. I can't think of no bad songs.
It's something I just don't rock with.
Yeah, it's not just no bad song though. I think the only bad song I just totally did not like was that Just Hold On, We're Going Home.
And I still don't think he's made a bad feature yet either. So
and
that's what drew me to him.
Well, I don't know because when Nicki Minaj went into Rhythm, I don't care what nobody say.
See, I didn't even listen to that. I knew it wasn't no good. I didn't.
Him and Wayne, I just know in their heart of heart, they just want to tell her little girl, we do not care about this. Yeah. Like they did that as a favor for her.
I feel like they got pulled into that.
And you can tell it was a favor because it's like Drake. It's like probably a verse Drake wrote years ago. And he was like, just throw it away. And then she asked for a verse, and he was like, well, look, then give it to her.
Exactly.
But speaking of like the Drakes and Lil Waynes and all that stuff, so let's go ahead and talk. We're gonna get into a little controversy. Like I know you don't have no tea or nothing like that. As we were saying, you ain't got no Madonna's tea, but the Kanye West and his situation. Now, what's your take on it?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a big problem with him at all because it's really more of a media thing. I mean, no matter what he does, it's gonna be televised.
Right.
But honestly, he goes through the same thing a lot of people that go from non-believers to believers go through. But I feel like this is the first time people are seeing it step by step like it is.
Right.
My only problem is the people that are just so quick to
dismiss what he's doing.
Well, I'm not even gonna say dismiss because I mean you don't have to agree with it. My problem is people that are just convinced he's lying or people that convinced he's a deceiver. Like unless you know him personally, there's no way you know that. But now, like I said, the things that he's doing, I don't have a big issue with, and he's gonna mess up and say stuff he ain't gonna say it. I mean, I know it's gonna happen and I'm ready for it, but.
I typical Kanye. Like,
exactly.
They know he can't stay on track.
See, that's what I say.
If it's not music, him making a beat, he can't stay on track.
Exactly. I was saying, see, Kanye is becoming a new person spiritually, but physically he's still the same person, and he gonna say some outlandish stuff. And I actually don't have a lot of big problem with it. I mean, he'll say stuff I disagree with, but Kanye free to speak his mind, and he always has. So, and I don't think that's gonna change. So that part, I feel like people just gonna have to get over. But. Yeah, my only issue with the controversy is that it's just that people that assume they know his heart and they know his motives and all that type of stuff.
And that's not my issue with it because I'm not ready because I still haven't had a chance to listen to his CD. But I'm like, why y'all expect him to do stuff for free? But then Kirk Franklin, Mary, all them get charged for what they do. But y'all have no issues with it. Exactly. Like, what's the difference?
And see, people are wanting Kanye to be made out to be a liar, so they share a whole bunch of stuff, without actually reading it.
Like people, they share stuff 5 years old and like, don't look at the date. Don't
exactly.
They want to see the headline. Don't read the whole article itself.
Because I got blocked the other day actually because the guy, he's one of them guys that everything is conspiracy theory. Everything is evil, Illuminati, all that type of stuff. But he shared something that was talking about Kanye charging $500 for his Sunday service. When the actual story was, which all they had to do was click on it and read it for one thing, but it was someone got the tickets for the show, which were free, and sold them for $500. And he deleted
that's another thing. I'm like, you can't sit there blame what they doing.
Exactly. and they always do a ticket thing. They just need to know how many people are there because if it gets full, they gotta add chairs and that type of stuff. So that's the reason for that in the first place. But I mean, I've been. Like argue with, block, all this other type of stuff, and I'm like.
And then like my other point out there, my coworker today, I'm like, look, we got people who come to church every Sunday, fake like they got the Holy Ghost.
Exactly.
I mean, can't do that. I mean, he's just on the bigger scale, but it's like even if the people who are attending his events are faking it. It's no different from the people in your church who fake it. It's just a bigger scale.
And before the people got saved, everybody got skeletons in the closet. It's just
and some of them got saved.
Exactly. See, the only thing with Kanye is that all his stuff is out in the open, and he can't get rid of it.
I mean, he can't help it though. Like, not even just like besides his little career, his wife is like
exactly.
Her whole career is her like
it's her exactly
being recorded. So it's like what y'all expect them to do. Yeah. I mean, like, people think the Kardashians are the devil. They might be, but I don't have no problem with them girls.
I mean, look, and that's my thing. Kanye and Kardashians, all them people, they ain't done nothing to me. So I'm not I'll state my opinion, which, of course, like I said, I share stuff and I've said stuff about the Kanye situation. but I'm not gonna waste any time arguing about something that they ain't gonna see, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
So when you got an agenda, it don't matter. Like, no matter what you say, the facts you prove behind it, once a person got their mind made up, there's nothing that can change it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, look, the internet show ain't gonna do it.
Like, show. Dude, all they gonna do is correct memes.
Exactly.
So, I mean.
And they ain't gonna do that but make you look better for one thing. Cause
so, how did his CD? I'm gonna ask you, how did his CD sound?
that CD is actually a whole lot better than I expected.
I mean, cause like I'm not surprised, cause like I mean he came out with Ultralight Beam and that's like that song was like golden. I
expected it to be good, cause I mean Kanye, over the years he made some good music. All the lights
Kanye
is still. I would say like All the Lights is still one of my absolute favorite songs. But yeah, now the sound is definitely different because he's not talking about what he's talking about, or what he used to talk about. But yeah, I mean the stuff is still, a lot of it is still sounding like no rap, but it's actually sounding more like the newer progressive rap or whatever. And then of course he had a song with his choir on it. I mean he did his thing on it. Like I'm proud of it.
Okay.
Now, like I said, when I downloaded, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, I still
don't know what to expect. Like I want to go ahead and I don't be having like a lot of time. Cause, like I'm trying to do so much, so it's like I've been trying to I guess like it's on my to-do list. Look, listen to the Kanye album.
Yeah, I mean he did pretty good. I mean he got Todd Dollar Sign on one song. He got Kenny G on there, and I mean they did their thing. Like it's real good. Honestly.
Like I'm gonna take your word for it. I know you know what you're talking about. But look, shout out to Kanye and his little transformation and anybody else who's going through a transformation. Don't let these people stop you from transforming. Don't let these people stop you from trying to be better.
Exactly.
Okay, so one more thing before we wrap up out of here. So tell us about your gaming.
Well, that's just me just trying to get the bag any way I can.
I would say you monetize it. Like, look, one thing about County out here, straight hustle on that Christian rap. He gets to the bag each and every way.
Look, if I know how to do something, I'm gonna find a way to make some money off of it. And like I said, I had been this year. I've had a job, switched to another job, spent some time at a job, and so my job situation been unstable all year. So, I gotta pay bills. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Now, like I said, once I get more stable, I still plan to keep doing it because to me it's more just having fun and actually making money.
I was gonna say but the gaming, the streaming games and all that stuff, like I'm not a gamer at all. Like I play a few games, but like you can make money from it. I probably if I knew that, I probably would start playing games. Well, let me go invest in the PS4 right now.
And see my production cycle, like when I'm actually making music. Like I get all the beats and stuff one month, record the next month, and then spend the rest of the time pushing it. So the rest of that time, it's just something different.
In between time.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just a good way to release stress and stuff like that. Because I mean, especially getting older and everything, it's just life goes on. Whether you stable or not, whether you're ready for it or not, and sometimes you just gotta have that outlet. So it's definitely been a huge help.
Okay. That's all fast. I felt that in my spirit. You said whether you stable or not, life is most definitely gonna carry on. I felt that in my spirit. I had to pause with me.
15 just passed, first on the way. I gotta do something.
But the bills don't stop.
Exactly.
Okay, so the gaming little hook. Where can they follow you on your gaming stuff? Go on, tell them one time.
Well, actually, on Facebook it's just saying just saying my name actually. But on Instagram and Twitter it's this is CW Gaming. Oh, and YouTube. I forgot. Like I said, I've been streaming for a while, but I just started the YouTube. But yeah, all of it is this is CW Gaming.
This is CW Gaming, y'all. For all the gamers out there, this is CW Gaming. Make sure y'all follow and stream live with him when he playing. So you got a favorite game or anything you want to talk about?
Well, Apex is the main one right now. Now I play a lot of different games, but that's the game that's really making the most money because there's a lot of action and stuff like that. It's definitely. Right now, it definitely is my favorite, but I mean, I play just about anything. I still play Minecraft every now and then.
Oh, Lord.
I try Fortnite, but I'm trash at it. So right now, it's just
you ain't gonna beat them 10, 12, 13-year-olds today. Like they love it. So. They have perfected it.
I mean, like the places I get my album cover and stuff from, they got a whole section dedicated to Fortnite coaching, and them folks making $500-600 a month.
Like I still couldn't believe like then when some boy win like a couple millions for playing that game. Yeah. Like a 12-year-old for real, wasn't it?
Yeah, he made $3 million though. I think
$3 million the fifth place person
made $900,000.
Lord. Wait a minute. You don't say a fifth place person. Like, wait a minute. I thought it was just a one prize thing. Man, this man don't say the fifth person made almost a meal too. For playing the game.
I think that lobby was 100 people. Everybody that made it there made some money. But it was just, once you got past the top 10, it was over.
Yeah,
like
I'm in the wrong career.
Clearly. Let me go in there and practice.
Like, okay, I'm finna just go buy, what I need a PS4 or Xbox One or both of them. Because I would go buy both of them. Yeah. And we can just start from the beginning.
Because play with the controller or something. I'm going to figure something out.
Looks like they gotta be on there all night, all day.
I mean,
and I can do that.
Like I said, I mean, he's 5th grade. I mean, for the rest of his life, he's gonna be free to do whatever he wants. But he just signed a contract with, I forgot the name of the gaming company, so he gonna get paid every week like a regular job, just to stream like I'm doing. So I mean,
y'all follow CW Gaming.
Well, I mean, they just take it though. They just take it though. If you love to do something, just find a way to make some money.
Let me just tell like, don't listen to these people. They be like, all you do is play games. Look at this boy, 12 getting paid for getting playing games. So never think your idea is too stupid or too lazy. Right. Y'all, it ain't easy out here. This little boy done made more money than me in my whole lifetime. I'm grown.
I ain't never gonna see that much money.
I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna never see it, but as of right now, I have yet to even get that close to it. Like, I'm jealous now.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Okay, well, look, I know I lied last time. One last question. Right. Like, this is a personal choice. Who your favorite Marvel character?
That's kind of tough. Well, see, now, as far as just like comics and all this stuff in general, Black Panther, of course, because when growing up, he was like one of the only black ones. But as far as the MCU, Iron Man for sure, because Robert Downey Jr. just destroyed that role. I mean, he destroyed it.
He really did.
So as far as the movies go, it's Iron Man by a long shot.
Yeah. Iron Man?
Yeah. Well, now, I think Captain America is close, just because he had the best like solo movies out of all of them. Because, like I said, we got Disney Plus. I just went back and watched all 3 of them yesterday.
That's why I'm on Disney Plus. I didn't even
watch
all of it.
Yeah, it's got just about everything on there except for like some of the ones that just came out.
Right.
No, they just put Captain Marvel on there, so it's got just about all of
it. And I still haven't seen that one. So
it ain't like them. I mean, she ain't.
I didn't feel like it was necessary for me prepping to see.
Yeah,
that was
it didn't contribute anything.
Well, he said Black Panther, y'all, then Iron Man, all because of RDJ.
Yeah, he killed it. I'm telling you.
Like he did though. Like the fact that's another thing. Like the fact they didn't want to give that man the role.
Yeah,
and he did. Like he did.
Yeah, he came in. There
like he had Like he had a point to prove.
Now, like I said, after phase 4 and 5, it may be different because I mean, it sounds like they're doing a whole lot.
I'm just curious to see how they can attend this song. I mean.
Well, see, I want to see what Mahershala, he's about to be Blade.
Right.
I want to see what he's going to do.
Like, I feel like he's going to be a good fit for this, though.
Yeah. Because, see, without him now, without Robert Downey Jr., I mean, they're going to have to do something.
I mean, because, like, I'm still waiting to see what Spider-Man going to do, but, like, they just going to lift this off. I'm like, y'all been arguing about who the daddy is.
And we ain't heard nothing. Like, you got him now. Make
y'all going to tell the whole New York City that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I need to see how this going to, how this outcome going to be.
And see, when that stuff broke, I was so mad about that. Because I was like, don't take him away after you set up. That was the perfect cliffhanger to end on. I was like, don't take him away.
Right, like, I've been saying this because, like, I was just sitting in the theater like, wait a minute.
Which that movie in general, that made him my favorite Spider-Man. It was still Tobey Maguire.
That was, I mean, you had a discussion on Facebook, like, who was the best Spider-Man. I'm like, Tobey, because I guess it's like that. I think it's the first one.
Well, see, it's just the one we grew up with. And the first Spider-Man was okay, but this one, they knocked it out the park.
Like, man, I was in the movie like, dog.
Yeah,
like, I couldn't believe it, like we had said, we were so used to seeing him fall behind Iron Man. Yeah. So it's like, he had no role.
I tell you, I literally almost cried halfway through that movie when he was making his own suit. I was like, this is my Spider-Man right here.
I thought he was like I couldn't believe he was making it.
Exactly. Like, man.
But then, like, the graphics, like, the money they spent on that movie, like, I know they had to spend, cause, like, that was just incredible. Like,
you can tell they set him up to stay for a while.
Right.
They put too much into it.
Like, that was just incredible. Like, the whole villain thing, like, that was just, like, that was there. That was most definitely Disney doing.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
They put their money behind what they was like. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I'm talking about the MCU, like, the DCU is like, they coming up, and, like, that Joker movie was incredible.
Yeah.
like art poetry.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I'm so glad they started to get things together, because I prefer like DC characters, honestly. Like,
I mean, to be honest, though, that animation is on point.
Yeah, oh yeah,
like,
ain't nobody beating them.
They is like killing it when it comes to that. It's just that movies, like they good, but it's not like.
But like I said,
spectacular.
I'm excited to see what I forgot the name. The one that's playing Pattinson. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. I think he can. I think he can pull it off. Like pull off Batman. But they gotta wait and see.
We don't see because
they
Batman's over the.
I mean, look, they got a good Joker.
Like
so,
that,
I mean,
like that Joker. Like I know they just made that original story up, but it's like.
Now I don't care what they say. If the Batman movie do good, they gonna put them two together. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's about time,
yeah,
though. Like, ain't about time, but you know, like, it's just at this level, yeah, like, come on, like.
Yeah, they ain't gonna have a choice. The money gonna be there. They can't turn that down.
Cause I mean, that Joker movie, I'm like, look, we said it perfectly.
Look, I felt bad for dude. You know?
I mean, I felt bad for him, but it was just so crazy because, like, that movie was so real. Because, like, you know, even that one part in that movie where it's like, he said, why you want to be called Joker? And he was like, well, you call me Joker. Like, that's like, they're so real. Like, y'all sit there 50 people up. Like, you say this, like, you didn't remember you said this about this man, but yeah, you said that about me. Like, so why not just go with it?
I would say if he stick with that role, or Joaquin Phoenix, I mean, I feel like he'll be remembered, like, big, like Heath and all them.
Right.
He killed it. I mean, even though it was on one movie, he killed it.
Like, we just need to see the Batman in him, but, like, as far as, like, the beginning of it, like, he gave a good introduction to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah. But, like, I think they did a good job of taking their time with it, because they completely rushed Justice League. Like, they saw
I liked the Justice League, but it was like, very childish, so
to speak. Yeah, and like I said, they've been, clamoring or whatever, talking about releasing Snyder Cut and all this stuff. I'm like, even if you release that, it still wasn't going to do what it was going to do, because they were trying to keep up with Marvel instead of making time to set these people up. Because Marvel took like 5-6 years.
And that's what I keep saying, but like Marvel wasn't just like it was. Yeah. Like it took a while to get to that point. Like Marvel used to put me to sleep sometimes too. Like I love Marvel, but it took some time to get to this point.
Yeah, see, and they did better because, well, of course we were children, but I mean they did better with just introducing the Hulk by himself and Iron Man, and then bringing them together, without making an announcement about it. So it was kind of hard because just DCU was basically, we gonna make a universe, we gonna make Justice League, and they kind of took all the anticipation out of it. Like, because Marvel made us wait. I don't care what you say. They made us wait for stuff.
They really did.
And DC was like, we need to catch up, so let's do this real quick.
And that's what now you say, that's really what they did, though. Like, I always felt like, okay, DC was in competition, but it's like, they really was, like, serious competition trying to keep up with them. And no, just take your time. We love your characters already. Don't mess them up.
Exactly.
We love your characters. Like, just take your time with it.
I feel like they played too much in the tropes and stuff like that, because I was looking at Wonder Woman, because before, last couple movies, Wonder Woman was the best movie out of them. Like, the way they did her.
Right.
And then Justice League, she just spent the whole time crying about Trevor. So it was like, I just feel like they were trying to keep up with Marvel, and they just kind of messed themselves up.
Like, really, because, like, it did, like, go backtrack. Like, the point in Justice League, I didn't even get it.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, y'all doing all this for what now?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I tell you, because before I watched it a few months ago, I couldn't even tell you who the villain name was. They just
I still don't know who the villain name was.
They just kind of threw a villain in there, threw a plot, and
the plot was not good.
Yeah.
Like, it was not.
Yeah, it wasn't believable at all. It was just like,
like it made no sense. Like, but that's down late in the day. What has happened has happened.
It's
going up from here. But look, I can talk to you about DC and Marvel all day long, and I know our camera girl is getting tired of us just carrying on. But okay, though, so we're going to wrap this up. Look, it's nice chatting with you, Cam. Like I told you, very mature for your age, for you to be younger than me. Don't say your age, though, because I don't want nobody to know how old I am. But, y'all, we're going to wrap it up. Cam Horton, where can they follow you at, Cam?
This is CW _ on... I'm about to say Twitch again. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Yeah, that's my username on Facebook. So this is CW _ everywhere.
All right, y'all got that. This is CW on everything: Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and also your album Villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's on all wherever you listen to music: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that type of stuff, and there's also a direct link on the website valorrecords.com. So if you don't really know where to get it from, just click it there, and it'll actually take you, to wherever you want to get it from.
All right, Bill and y'all. Go check that out. Look, Cam, I thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
We gotta do it another time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Other than that, deuces.